In this video, I'm going to focus on selecting cells and ranges. First of all, a few definitions. As you will recall, a cell is the intersection of a column and a row, for example, B3. When I click on a cell, it becomes the selected cell, also known as the active cell. The next thing we have to be aware of is a range. A range is multiple cells that are all selected. Now those cells might be right next to each other, like the ones I'm doing now, and if they are next to each other, or above or below, they're called contiguous range. So a contiguous range is one where all of the cells are right next to each other. Now there are also non-contiguous ranges, so you can have ranges that are not necessarily right next to each other, as I am demonstrating now. Right, these are non-contiguous ranges, they are not next to each other. Now looking at the methods of selecting ranges of cells, firstly to select just one cell, I click on it. But if I want to select a range of cells, I click and drag from one cell to the last cell in a range, and that way I will select all of the cells in that range. Another way I can do it is to click on the first cell in a range, then hold down Shift as I click in the last cell of a range, and it will select everything in between. Now that can be in a single row or column, or across multiple rows and columns. I can also select non-contiguous ranges. So to do that, I will select a contiguous range as I did before, but then hold down Control as I select the other non-adjacent ranges or non-contiguous ranges, as I'm doing here, holding down Control as I select. There are also some special selection techniques. For example, if I click on a cell, I can select all cells that are adjacent to that cell and contain data by holding down Control and Shift and pressing on my asterisk key. And it selects all of the cells around that cell that contain data. I can also select larger ranges of cells. For example, if I click in the rectangle where the row headers and the column headers meet up here, it will select the entire worksheet. But it may be that I don't want the whole worksheet, I just want the active area. If I want to do that, I can hold down Control and Shift and press End on my keyboard. In a larger worksheet, I might find it easier if I select everything up to a particular cell. And to do that, I can use the Go To function. So by holding down Control and pressing G, I get my Go To function and put in a cell reference. In this case, I'll use L10. And now, just getting that L in, hold down Shift as I click on OK. And it selects everything from where I was, which was A1, to L10. I can also select entire rows or entire columns. To select a whole row, I click on its row header, for example row 5 here. Click on that and it selects the entire row right across the sheet. I can also do that with the keyboard. If I hold down Shift and press space, once again it selects the whole row. To select a whole column, I would click on the column header, for example column B. Or if I want to select all of column D with the keyboard, I hold down Control and press space and it selects the entire column. So that's it. In this video you've seen lots of techniques for selecting cells, including ranges which are adjacent or contiguous, or also non-adjacent or non-contiguous ranges, and also selecting large ranges such as the whole worksheet or the whole active area, a whole column or a whole row.